Is that how you play dominant seventh arpeggios, treble? Hey everyone, it's Clint Tucker, guitar trainer and coach. Go ahead, like and subscribe. We are working on part 2 today. Let's go ahead and tune up. 1E. 2B. 3G. 4D. 5A, and 6E. This song uses a sequence of a dominant seventh arpeggio that goes like this. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the 5-string 7th fret with finger 4. Then I'm playing the 4-string 5th fret with finger 2. Then I'm playing the first finger on string 5, fret 4. And then finally I'm finishing off with finger 2, string 6, fret 5. So finger 4, finger 2, finger 1, crossover with finger 2 onto the 6th string, and play that. This is going to be the dominant 7th arpeggio of A7. So this chord belongs with this arpeggio. Now let me put it in order. So that's going to use the root structure of 1, and then the intervals are going to be 3, 5, flat 7. So when I'm playing this arpeggio, I use the 5, the flat 7, the 3, and the 1 as the sequence. 5, flat 7, 3, 1. Now there's a couple of different ways to play this, but I found that the easiest way for me is to play a downstroke on 4 finger. Then I'm going to use an upstroke on the 2 finger, an upstroke on the 1 finger, and an upstroke on the 2 finger at the 6th string. That's going to give me this thing, which, if you're not aware of this, this is what we call a sweep, is where 2 or more notes consecutively are played with the same kind of stroke. So if my note is here, here, and here, I can do a down, up, down, which works fine, down, up, down, but I use a lot of energy doing that. If I can get underneath and go up, 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 I use way less energy and I make it sound smooth. So I have a down, up, up, up. Now I can play down, up, no problem too. But I use a little bit more kinetic energy to make that work. It does give me a different sound. So I'm going to do this for 4 bars. So the trick with this is the rhythm. You're going to go 1 E and 2 and 3 and. And 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right. Then we're going to take that same shape, where root structure finger 2 is playing the A. And I'm going to come up to the 10th fret where finger 2 is on the 10th fret. This is going to take care of my D chord. Remember last week, we had the D7 shape happening here. So we have here, same exact pattern. Finger 4, finger 2, finger 1, cross over with 2, and play it on the 6th string. And I'm going to go down, up, up, down. Down, up, down. Now I'm going to do that for 2 bars. So that means if I do this twice, that takes care of my 2 bars. Then I go back to here and play that twice. Then I have the chord that we worked on last week, that F major 7 sharp 11. That's finger 1 on 5-8, finger 3 on 4-10, finger 2 on 3-9, 2 and 1 are open, and then the E7 sharp 9, the Hendrix chord, finger 2 on 5-7, finger 1 on 4-6, finger 3 on 3-7, and finger 4 on 2-8. And then I go back to the original A7. And then I do that da-da-da to end it. So we put it all together. 2, 3, 4. Then the next one. Back to the first one. Then the F chord. Then and there it is. That can be your guitar 1, and you can pan that over to the left. And then with guitar 2, you could do a totally different thing if you wanted to. What you could do is change the finger that's playing this note. If I play this note with finger 2, that means my root finger now has to be 1. And my 3rd can be played with finger 4 on the 6th string. This flat 7 still stays the same. But it looks completely different now. I have 5, flat 7, 3, 1. By doing that, I'm changing the sound of this because of the strings that each of these notes are being played on are slightly different. And this is what guitar 2 is doing. If you're watching the video, my PRS is playing guitar 2 on the other side. So it's on the right side. And I'm doing it with this fingering. And that completely changes the way that it sounds compared to that. Plus, it's a different guitar. So all you have to do is change the fingering, change the guitar, pan it to the other side, you'll make it sound bigger. But I just make sure that I know where that root finger is. Root finger is 1. On A, that means I go to the 10th fret with that, and my pattern stays the same. And now I'm back. F stays the same. And the Hendrix chord stays the same. The only thing that changed was the fingering that I used. Great. So I've got a backing track with bass and drums that you can work with this. And that way you can practice your actual dominant 7th arpeggio sequences. Now, anybody who is working with me personally will have other ways to practice these and learn these in different positions and different fingerings. So if you're more interested in that, just email me at clint@cwtucker.com, and we'll see if we can't get you something set up. Y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you next week, and we'll start working on some lead lines.